This is Matt for Into Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined by the one and only Michael Conlan. Say again?
Best poker player you know.
Best what?
Poker player you know.
Absolutely not. You were cheating. No, you were cheating. I'm not having that. You were trying to smoke the whole table out and get a feel for it. It's over a year ago and you still remember that, but you were, I think, Andrew McCart, the worst player I've ever seen.
The Waltz brothers, they were good now. They were good.
Yeah, Ryan were just, you couldn't work him out, could you? You didn't know whether he knew what he were doing or not, and yeah, he were very good. Anyway, at that show we were speaking about when you're going to get a world title shot. COVID, the pandemic, delays, we're here now. How excited are you finally getting a shot at the world title?
I'm very, very excited. I know there's a tough challenge ahead of me, but it's one I'm really looking forward to. Leigh Wood's a good fighter, very good fighter, world champion. I'm looking forward to getting there and taking that belt off him in his home city.
We're in Nottingham. Tell us why Nottingham. There was a lot of talk back and forth on Twitter, as there seems to be before any fight these days, about MSG, New York. It's here, it's in the champion's backyard. So why Nottingham? What was the sort of the turning point? What was the final decision for that?
I think the money Eddie had put up, it was meant to be a New York fight. But I don't think you could get guarantees from the Garden if it didn't sell X amount of tickets worth or something. So he looked to come back to the UK, and I don't think he thought Leigh could do Manchester Arena. I know I could. And seriously, I would bring a lot of people. So so it was either going to be Belfast or Nottingham, and I was told that they want to come to Belfast, and why take X amount extra to come to Nottingham, and I says okay, no problem. No worries at all.
I'm going to say extra amount of money, sort of,
Wouldn't have mattered.
Well, let's look at it on the reverse. You're used to Belfast, big nights, incredible entrances, well talked about.
If they asked would I take less money for Leigh to come to Belfast? No, I would go to Nottingham. I would have went somewhere for free. I wouldn't care if it was in Belfast or not. My father wanted me to fight in Nottingham before even New York was announced. He says I wanted to fight in his home city and take it off him in his home city. So, yeah, it's good.
That's what I was coming to. You've had that where you've got the home support, you've had the MSG experiences, but is it a bit more of a, I don't know, have you got a bit more spite knowing that you're coming into his backyard and you can take it off him in front of all his fans, because he'll have a load of fans coming as well as you, but is that an extra motivation for you?
100%. It'll make it much more sweeter. It will be very, very sweet once I do it, and it adds to the kind of story of my career and stuff. It'll look better than the lane and stuff, so yeah, I'm happy it's Nottingham.
What do you make of Leigh Wood? He went into that fight with Kanzu underdog, and he looks to have improved a hell of a lot since the previous fights before. Ben Davidson's come in, looks to have sharpened his game right up, and he put on an incredible performance. What do you make of him as a fighter?
I think he's a very good fighter, a good boxer, good skills, good power. So he's a good all-round ability. So yeah, I think he's a good fighter.
So when you talk about him as a good fighter, do you just think you're one or two levels above him, and that you'll have that nous, that edge to be able to, be better of him in the department?
I think I have an answer for everything he has.
Yeah. We talk about his power. That's been mentioned an awful lot the past 2 weeks, but
mentioned way too much. Doesn't he? He's a good puncher, but he's not the biggest puncher in the world. He doesn't one-punch KO anyone. So listen, he can punch, but he's not the biggest. I've been a bigger punchers. I've sparred Oscar Valdez for a full year, so I know what big punchers punch like. I mean, it's nothing like what's being made out, what it is going to be. It doesn't matter anyway, because precision beats speed and timing beats power. Timing beats speed and precision beats power, whatever that saying is. It's that saying, you know what I mean? It's the exact same thing.
You're on the right lines. Do you believe that you can stop him though? Do you believe you can go in there, put it on him and potentially force a stoppage here?
Listen, there's every possibility that can happen. He's been hurt by lesser punchers than me. So there's every possibility that can happen, but what I plan to do is box his head off and punch his head off for 12 rounds. And if I get the stoppage in there, fantastic.
Absolutely. Just moving away from this slightly now, because it looks like whoever wins this fight naturally will fight the winner of Warrington and Kiko Martinez. Now, talk to me about that fight. There's been a lot of talk about yourself and Warrington having a big fight, whether it be Ellen Road, Belfast, for years. How do you see that fight panning out? And are you wanting to jump straight in with the winner of that, providing you get past Wood?
Of course. But hard I see it playing out. It's a real pick 'em fight. I can't pick it at the minute. Simply because Warrington's not the fighter he was when he beat Kiko the first time, and Kiko's not the fighter he was when he beat Warrington, or when Warrington beat him. I thought Kiko won the fight, but Kiko's obviously way on past it. Still has his power, but you've seen in the Galahad fight, he was getting bossed, and other fights as well. He's been getting kind of moved around a bit. But also Josh doesn't have that air of invincibility no more, so where he was able to stand there and take Kiko's shots, will he be able to do that this time? I don't think so.
So are you pulling for Josh to win? Because obviously for you, this is the big mega money fight for you. It must be, surely.
Oh, it's one I can't think of. But if I was to sit and think of it, what I would say is I want Kiko to win, but I hope Josh wins. I want Kiko to win because I'm friends with Kiko. Had him in training camp, had him in sparring, and he's a lovely man. Really hard worker, proper dedicated guy, and puts everything. And so I know much would mean him. But I would prefer Josh wins for the simple reason it's a bigger fight.
Absolutely. Finally, just before we go, Liam Williams has entered your camp. Just want to know what you think about his fight with Chris Eubank Jr. coming up. Like I said, I know you've got Harlem in the gym, but what's your opinion on that fight? It's a cracking fight to start this month of boxing coming up. Yeah,
I think Liam wins in a very good fight. It's going to be entertaining while it lasts. Both have the ability to hurt each other. Liam's a serious guy. He punches hard, and he trains like a beast. So where am I swaying? I don't know. I think Liam wins. Whether he knocks him out or goes to points, I don't know, but he will win.
Michael Conlan, thanks for talking to Into Boxing. It's been a pleasure, and we'll catch up again.
Cheers.
Cheers.